Hi, everyone. This is Sarah Andrews. I'm a founder of OneFreePlanet, and I'm going to be talking with GloryAnne Jones today. She's one of our amazing coaches, and she's actually going to be training coaches as well, and really just an amazing part of amazing member of our community. And she's really passionate about helping moms to fill up first, so that the whole family thrives. She's going to be sharing some ninja negotiation tactics with us. I'm super excited to hear about those. I'm not a mom, but I can imagine that that might be useful for anybody's lives. So GloryAnne is joining us now. We're going to get into getting to know her a bit. She's almost here. There she is.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Third
How are we
time's the
working?
charm.
Yes, I love it.
We
We've
had a
got
couple of
this.
false starts, but we are here. We can hear each other clearly. So, hi, GloryAnne.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm so good. So good to be with
Good.
you.
Awesome. So hang
So,
on. I want to share this to my page. Hold on.
yes, do. Share it to your page. You have a page called Euphorigy, right?
Yes.
That's the name of your business. And you do energy work with people. You do a lot of amazing things. This module we're going to be talking about today is called Thriving Mother Filling Up. So it is directly for moms, to help them to thrive. But you also have a new module you're coming out with called You Are a Masterpiece. You just do all kinds of cool things.
I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time.
Awesome. So before we get into this ninja negotiation stuff, tell us a little bit about, I guess let's start with what brought you to One Free Planet. So how did you even come to be part of our community?
Oh, wow. So a friend of mine told me about it. It's word of mouth, and that's so exciting. I was really blessed that she said, Glorianne, I think this is a really good platform for you. I know you're ready to reach audiences across the globe. And I jumped in without really looking, and I love where I've landed. It's been amazing. I have worked with coaches from around the globe, and I have made so many great new friends. I love it. I love it.
You're our cheerleader.
Yes.
You're the One Free Planet cheerleader. You bring your cheerleading experience from high school, and you were definitely always in there like, yeah, guys, let's go. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about the motivation behind Thriving Mother Filling Up. What can you share a personal story that has kind of fed into this passion for helping moms to feel really full?
Sure, sure. I at the grocery store, I mean, I go to the grocery store all the time, and inevitably see a mom with, either small children, and I'm like, oh, it's so sweet, and, they'll wave. So sometimes with older children that are, eyeing all of the candy that's at the checkout because, they put that there on purpose. And, after you've gone through that whole grocery store, and you've picked, the things that you need, maybe a few of the things that you don't need because you brought your child with you, and then you're finally at the checkout. Everybody's tired. You're tired. Your child's tired. You want to get out, and there you are. You're waiting for your turn, and there's all of those really pretty boxes, and just it even smells sweeter there. So
All the things to lure the kids at
I
checkout.
exactly. So I, on many occasions, have seen moms and kids just trying to just make it out alive, and and I there was one occasion where an older child, like maybe middle school, he wanted something, and the mom had finally had it. I didn't hear them in the grocery store or anything like that, any, earlier or anything. And she finally says to him, "You are not the boss of me." And I think everybody else was quiet. And I think she even stunned her son at the time. And I
So
kind
she
of
like yelled
wanted,
this.
yeah. She was no longer in control of herself to let him know that you are not the boss of me. So I took a breath. I think everybody took a breath, but that mom, she did not take a breath. I just wanted her to take that breath. And I wanted her to know that, honey, I know where you are coming from. I have been there and I'm over here and I am cheering for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I wish that she could have taken this module, Thriving Mother, Filling Up, so that she would have the tools to literally negotiate with her son without losing her cool, without, maybe jeopardizing some of that relationship between the two of them. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. It,
So so you have kids, obviously. I mean, you're a mom.
yes, yes.
So tell us a little bit about, you know, how you've dealt with your own moments like that. How did you cultivate what you're teaching other moms right now?
Sure, sure. So let me think of an example. So I have my daughter's in college now, but I remember when she was younger, I'm sure it was at the register because apparently that's where all of these mom things happen. At least
Uh-huh.
that's where everybody is standing and watching. So it
Yeah.
just is makes it even worse. Um,
Magnified.
Exactly, exactly. So maybe she was a she was a big fan of Slim Jims. And I'm like, no, we're not having any Slim Jims. We're going home. We're going to be eating soon. I don't want you to spoil your dinner. So, in that instance, she was like, but, I really want it and I'm hungry now and blah, blah, blah. So I had said to her, instead of us going back and forth with this and me standing my ground because my no is my no, and even offering to explain it to her just on at her level. And I didn't say, oh, Slim Jims has all of these ingredients in it, and she doesn't understand that. She doesn't
So you didn't make it
understand.
bad.
Exactly. She doesn't understand that in about 20 minutes, we're going to be home, and in another 20 minutes, dinner is going to be on the table, and you can't ruin your dinner by eating this
Mm-hmm.
junk. So, what I did was I said to her, well, why don't you pick from what we have in the basket, which is typically a choice of maybe a banana or an orange. So she has that, I'm giving her some of that control, but I'm still in control because I'm letting her choose something that I have already approved of. Okay, so you
So
want to
this is
be,
getting into this like negotiation that we're talking about, right?
yes,
Like
yes,
the heart of your mom ninja negotiation. It sounds
yes,
like it's finding a way to offer something that you're already okay with.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, Usually, okay, so that's just like a grocery store one, and that's kind of that's just between the two of us. But what if you are at you're ready to go to a family function, and uh, maybe my son doesn't want to put his shoes on and he wants to wear something else, hypothetically speaking.
Right, of
Um,
course.
so, I'm not going to say, well, if you don't put your shoes on, we're not going to go, because then nobody else gets to go. And we all have to stay
Mm-hmm.
home and be punished together.
Right, that's
And
not something that you want, right? That's not even an
no,
option for you.
no, no, it's not. Exactly, exactly. So his, the way I would negotiate with him in that instance is, um, you know, we need to put your shoes on. If you don't want to wear these shoes, you can wear these shoes. And maybe it was as simple as just adjusting the shoes that he was putting on, because kids they're always quick, and oh, is there an extra pair of is there a sock stuff in there? They don't
True.
explain why they don't want to wear these shoes. But we are, we have our time schedule, we need to get out the door. So, investigate. Take that time, moms, to investigate and see. So An option would be as simple as untightening the laces. Maybe they're too tight. Maybe they, like I said, have a sock stuffed in them. Maybe they just want to wear another pair of shoes. Who really cares what shoes they have on? We just need to get going and out the door. And again, that gives your child some of that, what did I say it was?
Control.
Yeah, thank you. That control, but always under your, these are the things that I'm giving you. So it's
Yeah,
not,
you're defining like the realm of control and then giving them options within
yes,
that rather than
yes,
like I think a knee-jerk reaction for a lot of people, just moms and everybody who are just like frustrated and like they're not paying attention to that person, they just like let's go, would just be like you've got to do this. So like no
right.
option for control for that other person, and so then I imagine that just causes a reaction.
Absolutely. And it
And then you're
just,
just like this.
and then it goes through the whole family. So now
Mm,
this one is upset and, well, if he's not going to go, then why do I have to go? I
yeah.
don't know what the event is. Or, it could have been going to the movies. We're going to go to the movies. Well, definitely don't care what your shoes are. You can't even see them. But I want to go to the movie. Everybody else wants to go to the movie. These are your
Right.
options. Now let's go. Um, or
I love that.
what else can I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It's just, these are the kinds of things that we learn in Thriving Mother Filling Up. So you have these
Mm-hmm.
tools at your ready. You don't want to trip up yourself and make yourself miserable while you're
Right.
trying to help your child learn how to move through these obstacles. And
Yeah, and what a beautiful example of you know, part of what it means for a mom to fill up is that other people aren't sacrificed in that, you know? It's moms are so connected to their kids that it can't just be about like, okay, you deal with yourselves, I'm gonna go do what I need to do for me. Like I think it has to be a much more like everybody has to win, right? So that's such a
absolutely,
perfect example of that, like how can we navigate this relationship together so that everybody wins, and then that fills me up as the mom.
exactly,
I love
exactly.
that. So tell us a little bit about how you personally fill up. Like, what are ways that you've discovered really work for you?
Just yesterday, I had the opportunity to say yes to meeting some friends, and we went to a big art triad, and everybody was there. Children, families, and then my adult friends, and
Hmm.
it was so fun to just be able to say yes to something so simple as being a child again, which is so funny because on one hand we're trying to mold your child to have that successful life, to be able to make those good choices so that they can make it through happier and everybody else around them happier. So to go back and enjoy those kid things again, that was really cool. Um,
Awesome.
as simple as, finding half an hour to read a book.
Mm.
That's thriving. As simple as knowing, oh, this is a good one, knowing that when I get home, I know what I'm going to make for dinner because earlier in the week I had made a list and I didn't have to use my mind constantly over and over. What am I going to make? What am I going to make? Because that's wasting time,
Hmm.
and that is not thriving. That is depleting.
Yeah. So even just organization can be huge in helping moms to thrive, and
Organization,
anybody.
another tool. And in the sprint, because it's just 5 to 7 moms, um, we can really get in there and modify it for their families. I'm just giving examples of things that I do for myself. Maybe your family dynamic is different. Maybe you have smaller children, or whatever their age. Maybe you're a single mom. Maybe you are, I don't know. There's so many perturbations to
Hmm.
family life, and because it's a nice small group with each sprint, we really can help moms make a plan for themselves. And when you can make that plan, you find that time, you find that half hour, you get your time back so that you can fill up. And
Mm.
that's really what it's about. It's not
Yeah.
arguing all the way home from the grocery store because somebody wanted a Slim Jim.
Well, and even if that does happen, then you can go to your group and be like, "Oh my God, this thing happened," and the other moms will be like, "I
Yes,
totally know what you're talking about."
yes,
So this format is so great for situations like this where that intimate connection really serves people to feel like they're not alone. They
mm-hmm,
really do have true support. And also, I love that in these 5 days, there is a focus on like your own personal goal. What's
absolutely.
important for you to thrive. And so, leading people through group exercises and stuff, but toward their own personal goal as well.
Yes, yeah.
Can
It's,
You've done this a few times, right?
I
Like you've done
have,
the sprint.
I
Can you
have.
talk about like what's happened? Like give a couple of examples?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you from one end to the other end. So one was a mom that actually had her baby with her during the sprint. So she was just going back to work at the very end of it. We start on a Monday, we end on a Friday, and her first day back after maternity leave was that Friday. And she was really, really nervous about going back. And one of her tools, one of her biggest takeaways was using a mantra. And
Hmm.
it got her through that first day. And at, it was Friday, so we met, our class that week was at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So she went through her whole day and she said, I did. I used my mantra and it worked. I enjoyed my day. I made it through. And some of the, it was so funny, some of the other things, she said, I can't wait to use these tools. And then she said, wait, wait, wait,
Hmm.
wait. No, 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 no. I don't want to have these things happen, but when they
Yeah.
do, I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
And our other mom, she had a teenager. So her dynamics were much different because now you're dealing with um, almost an adult that has a lot of understanding. So you can work more with that comprehension piece and that understanding piece. And when you model this thriving attitude, your child picks it up too, and then they can take it on with them through their life. Sooner
Yeah.
the
But we froze.
earlier
There you are.
the sooner you can take this, the earlier you can um, utilize this.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and that has such an impact. I mean, I love what you're saying about modeling because your kids are watching you. You're the role model primarily, probably. I mean, the dad might be really involved too, or maybe he's the primary caregiver, but like mom is pretty important. So you thriving as a mom is super important to teaching your kids that that's even permissible.
Absolutely, absolutely. If it, every moment truly is a moment to educate your children and for your children to model you because they're watching you. They're watching everything you do. Um, it's kind of funny um, when all of a sudden your child learns a new swear word and you're like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Well, that's because they are watching you. So if they're going to be paying attention to you, give them something good. Give them something
Yeah.
good.
Speaking of watching, we have a couple of people watching. Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you for being
everybody.
here. Give us some hearts if this is resonating with
Yeah.
you, or like at least the people I can see, they do have kids. They're both dads, but I'm sure they've had some of these experiences themselves and can resonate, with what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I do
Absolutely.
really want to know a bit more about like how did you get to know these things? Like was it your relationship with your own mom, or like, how did you even get to this place of understanding that these things are important and practicing the tools that you practice and then being able to share them with other people? Hi,
So
Josh.
I think, hey Josh, I think that it is just because I've already gone through it, and I spend a lot of time with children. I do a lot of volunteering with children, and all through, grade school, and I see them. I see and I hear them. So maybe a mom just isn't tuned in because there's so much going on. We gotta do 100 things. Um, but because I can see what they're seeing and feeling and doing, and and where they're being misunderstood, I want to help the mom recognize how to help their children. In turn, they are just streamlining the life that's going to come after learning that lesson, because you don't keep making those mistakes. If you can fix something right away the first time, or maybe the second time. Shoes, where are your shoes? I don't know where my shoes are. Well, you're going to miss the bus if you don't know where your shoes are. You can't go to school. I don't know why we keep going back to shoes. It may have been something with my son.
You've had a lot of shoe experience. Well, it
So
sounds like what you're saying is, I think it is this is what's coming up to me. I think you're really good at maintaining a childlike perspective for yourself, like being present to that part of yourself, your own inner child. And so then that allows you to be an advocate for other kids and be able to see their perspective. And that's so important to be able to maintain that when communicating with kids. Otherwise, if you're
yes,
coming from them, at them with this like detached kind of, if you're not in the relationship with them, if you're not seeing them for who they are, then you're not going to be able to negotiate with them. You're not going to be able to be compassionate. As with any kind of interaction with anybody, if you're not able to understand that person's side and have compassion for that person, then a lot of times you will, really butt
yeah,
heads.
yeah, absolutely.
So I know that you're very playful and, like you have that spirit about you. So I think that really helps in staying connected to what helps these relationships thrive.
Right. And then, of course, I'm a mom, so I know what moms need. And I've experienced, running late. I've experienced having these arguments. I've experienced these things. And, you know, take it from me, you don't have to go through that. You don't have to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime that you can learn from anyone else to alleviate, to make it so you don't have to actually, there's a bump in the road. Okay, well that woman just tripped over that bump. I'm not going to trip over it because I saw it and I saw what she tripped over. I'm going to learn my lesson and I'm going to take my family and we're going to move smoothly over this.
Mm-hmm. Can you just briefly share a couple things about your kids? I mean, like just what you really love about being a mom with your kids?
So, what do I really love? Oh, you know what? I'm going to share something that actually just happened. My daughter is in college, like I said, and when she was growing up, we were very into meditation. Now, not meditation that
Wow.
we're meditating for 2 hours, but meditation that we're simply just finding we're frustrated, or finding we're worried or upset or nervous or any of those things, and stopping to breathe.
Mm.
And she texted me last night at, like, I don't even know, 3:30 in the morning, and she said, I'm at the emergency room with my roommate because she's having an asthma attack. And she said, I'm so glad that you taught me how to meditate and how to breathe, because it's helping her calm down so that
Oh.
she can answer the questions that the woman that's getting the information. It just made all of the
Oh.
difference. It was really, truly, and I was so proud of her. And I was so proud of me too, because I took
Mm-hmm.
the time
Oh, you froze again for a second.
to take that.
There you are.
I'm I'm sorry. And she was able to take that and use that in her life, and she will have that forever. And that's, you
Yeah, that's
know,
beautiful. It's such a good example of the impact that you can have in the world through your children.
absolutely, absolutely, because
What a beautiful
yeah,
story.
she learned from me, and I've shared it with her friends. So all of her friends have this ability to okay, Mrs. Jones, I remember she told me to breathe. I just need to breathe. And they can get past an anxiety, they can get past an answer on a test. It's it's truly amazing. So that was one of the tools that I used whenever Morgan was stressed out about doing homework. Okay, it's time to breathe. We're going to step away and we're going to breathe.
I
That
love
was
that.
that was one of my best tools, and obviously it's carried on, and it's something she remembers, and she'll be able to use it forever.
I love that. That's beautiful. You got a few hearts for that. If anybody else loved that story, give her some more hearts. Also,
Yeah,
share this
yeah.
with anybody who you know would really benefit from hearing this, you know, who maybe has little kids who like to scream at the checkout stand that they want candy, you know, and the mom is like, I am going to lose control any moment. Or maybe,
Yep,
you know, somebody with older kids. Any moms, you know, I think I would imagine any moms could possibly benefit from hearing this because they would just feel like, oh yeah, like there are other moms out there. I'm not alone in this.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
please share. And you want to share a little bit about the details of your upcoming opportunities to be part of this group?
Sure. So the next one is in April. I will put a link that you can go to that has upcoming times that it's running. And it's a Monday through Friday. It's 1 hour. I have homework. You get homework, about 15 minutes of homework. And it is truly, you get to know yourself. You get to know some of your personality strengths and weaknesses, because those play an important part in how you interact with your family.
Hmm.
And when you can get a handle on that, you can just, you're so much more locked in to yourself and to your tools and to your happiness and to your thriving up. And it just
Hmm.
spills over into your family. And moms don't take the time to fill themselves up. And we can't keep yelling at the checkout. We can't keep looking for that one shoe. We can't, you just, there's a better way. And learning it this way is fantastic, and it's heartfelt, and it's something that that will just continue on. So what else? I'm sorry, I got off
No,
track
that's
with that.
okay. It's
Um,
a great description of the group. So, I mean, it is only 5 days, which is great. I think for busy moms, you know, committing to something that was like maybe a
right.
6 month program would be really
Oh,
hard.
yeah, no.
So it's an impactful 5 days, though. Like you said, you meet for 1 hour every day on a Zoom call. So it's an online
Yes,
meeting. You can do it from home
yes.
and connect with other moms. GloryAnne's going to lead you through some exercises. You're going to have a little bit of work to do outside of the calls to keep things moving and to actually
Mhm.
implement what you learn. And then by the end of the week, you know, whether it's this module or anything else we offer on our platform, again and again, we see people just fall in love with each other. Like there's such great
Absolutely.
connection that happens in these sprints. It's amazing. So you'll have that ongoing connection past the 5 days. There's a Facebook group that you'll be part of so you can continue to receive support.
Hmm.
And so, GloryAnne, you're going to be sharing more about like the dates and times that are coming up.
Yes, yes, I will.
Okay.
Definitely.
And
I do
go
them
ahead.
at different times of the day because, like I said before, we are reaching a global audience. So I have to do early in the morning and then in the afternoon and then in the evening to get all as many time zones as I can to make that available to all moms.
Right. Yeah. And how cool is it to connect with moms around the world and just see how it's different to be a mom in different countries and all of that too?
It's awesome. I have decided that I'm going to learn French because one of my sprint
Ooh,
moms is from France. Well, two of them are from France, and that's one of my personal goals.
how fun. Yeah. So who else, you know, who knows what else might arise from these groups too, just in the connections themselves.
Exactly.
So that's really cool. Um, One Free Planet, for those people who don't know, we're an affiliate network. So that means we can't just give you a direct link to find out more about this. It's going to depend on who introduced you to One Free Planet. So as I said in the text of this post, if you're interested in this, you want to find out more information. One thing we didn't mention is it's $88 for the whole week. So you
Correct.
get 5 hours of interaction, lots of great tools, ongoing support in the Facebook group for 88 bucks. And all you'll need to do to get more information is to comment below with the word mom, appropriate word, I thought. So just comment below,
Yes,
put the word
yes.
mom, and also the name of the person who introduced you to One Free Planet so that we can get you the right link to go find out more information.
Absolutely, absolutely. And don't keep this to yourself. You want to share this with anybody that you think could really use some thriving up, some moms that might be exhausted, that need a little help, that just need to find the time. So go ahead and share that. Share this with them.
Yeah, please do. And GloryAnne, I would love to just leave people with an idea of like, how do you see the world being different if moms were thriving?
Oh my gosh, we would, the world would be such a fabulous place because if you think about it, moms make a lot of the household decisions, and moms do a lot of the hands-on with the children. I love that so many more dads are stepping up to this. They're totally stepping up to the plate. But for the moms that still are carrying the majority of the child rearing, if you can, when you can just be a full woman, filling yourself up, ah, the world would be so amazing. I don't even know if
Yeah,
I
I really
answered your
would.
question, but I just feel that there would be more compassion in the world. There would be more love in the world. There would be more time in the world. Um, time is relative. We make that up, but if you can get that time back to yourself, we would have more readers. We would have more thought. I don't know, more creativity, more everything, because we won't be coming up against those obstacles. We won't be tripping and always having to pick ourselves up. We would be spending more time standing strong.
Yeah. Well, we would have I mean, life starts from mom. So if moms are full, then everything is full from there too.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for the work that you're doing with other people, for your passion for moms and for supporting them. And thank you for being part of One Free Planet. You're such a
I
wonderful,
love
like,
it. I
glow within our
love it.
community. I love that you're our cheerleader. It's so wonderful to get to know you more and more and see all the creativity that's flowing through you. So thank you for spending time with me today, GloryAnne.
Thank you,
And
Sarah.
please let us know if you're interested, and we will see you again soon.
All right.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, everyone. Thank you.